Hey everyone, good news. I officially reached 1,000 views on one of my videos. And so in honor of 1,000 views, we're going to read a book, read a chapter. So we are on chapter 5 in Genesis. And it's been a crazy week. And tomorrow I actually leave to Europe for vacation. No, not actually tonight. I land there tomorrow though, because I'm leaving tonight. So it's been a really crazy week. It's been a good week though, on account of my views. And the Florida Gators won the championship last night in basketball, which is awesome. I actually went to like 3 or 4 games, but I bought like 5 tickets. So I feel pretty proud of that. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. And um, you know, one last thing is my father passed away, and I've been saddling up all like the final arrangements for his estate legally, and so I'll have to do a video on that another time. Excuse me. But for now, we have some things to read just to get into the spirit and all. So let's start here. This is Genesis 5 again, and this is my Bible, English Standard. So this is the book of the generations of Adam. Oh, wow. I don't want to go over this one. Let's skip 5. Let's go straight to chapter 6. Because it's only about lineage and parentage for thousands of years or something. So, Genesis 6. When man began to multiply on the face of the land, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that daughters of man were attractive, and they took as their wives, and they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit shall not abide in man forever. For he is flesh, his days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth, in those days, and also afterward, and when the sons of God came into the daughters of man, and they bore children to them. They were the mighty men who were of old and men of renown. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man, whom I have created from the face of the land, man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens. For I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God, and Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence. And God saw the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. And God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make rooms in the ark, and cover it inside and out with pitch. This is how you are able to make it. The length of the ark is 300 cubits, and its breadth 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. Make a roof for the ark, and finish it to a cubit above, and set the door of the ark in its side. Make it with lower, second, and third decks, for behold, I will bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, in which is the breath of life under heaven. Everything that is on the earth shall die, but I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark with you, and your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you. And of every living thing of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every sort into the ark, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female, of the birds according to their kind, and of the animals according to their kind, of every creeping thing of the ground according to its kind. 2 of every sort shall come into you to keep them alive. Also take with you every sort of flood that is eaten and store it up. It shall serve as food for you and for food for them. Noah did this, and he did all that God commanded him. Chapter 7. That was fun, exciting. So, just as a recap, in this chapter, after the parentage, it's funny how they go through all the lineage and parentage of everybody from Adam to Noah. And so Noah's related to Adam, of course. We see that. And Adam, Cain, and Abel, all them, they're related to Adam and Eve. Cain and Abel is related to Adam and Eve, and Adam's related to Noah. And so I think where this is going is that Jesus is related to Noah, I suppose, by DNA, in that sense. Now, of course, this is what I think because I've read the book before and all that. But we're going to find it. We're going to find it later on in this book where I can distinctly find that, Mary, mother of Jesus, is related to this person or whatnot. But it makes sense, though, right? Because if Noah repopulated the earth with his family, which is just like a general prediction, if the waters killed everybody. Who's to say that somebody didn't survive? But still, considering what the story says, you would believe that Noah repopulated the earth. So Noah's a good guy. So I guess we're all related to Noah, right? We're all related to the best of that time and generation. All right, so next thing here. Chapter 7. I'm not going to go over chapter 7 today. Next time. But so we learned that Noah had favor in the eyes of the Lord. Noah survived the flooding, but Noah was put to work to make an ark and save the animals. So he built the ark. He must have been a carpenter. So I guess God had a thing for carpenters. What do you think? Because Jesus became a carpenter, right? That's what they said he was. Or he just had to be good with wood. Noah had to be good with wood if he made a boat. Mm-hmm. He also had to be good with animals. So maybe he was a veterinarian. Anyways, chapter 7 comes next. I wish I could read the whole Bible in one day. I can't. I've tried to read the whole Genesis in one day. I probably have. In a sense, but it's better to give a day or two in between each chapter, and that takes it's a little bit of arduousness because you have to give it a break and then return, give it a break, because you have to charge up and clear your mind of what you're reading. But nevertheless, it's fun that now that I'm reading the Bible for the 10th time, but on my own. And not with a curriculum or anything, not with for homework next week, because when you have homework, you have to cram everything. So that's it for today, guys. Also, I do feel like talking, so, just to recap before the Noah's Ark and the lineage story, we heard about Cain and Abel, how, Cain rose up against his brother Abel and killed him because he was jealous, because God found favor in Abel's gift. We learned about the fall of Adam and Eve. That's the fall of man. They ate the wild apple, and then he punished them. And so Cain and Abel is Adam and Eve's childs. And what's funny is Cain apparently takes after his mother, who's the evil one. Cain and Abel, that's a bad story. Adam and Eve, that's a bad story. because they're all disobeying and doing wrong things. But Noah's good. We like Noah. Yeah. Now, the chapter 2 Genesis, just because it talks about how God created the world, like on the seventh day he did this, sixth day he did that. And the same thing with chapter 1. Chapter 1 and 2 is all about. No, chapter 2 is about resting and creating man. That's what he did with the rib story, flesh of my flesh. All right, so Genesis 2, he creates man, and then Genesis 1 is when he creates the world and the animals and the trees and things. Okay. Well, that's what he felt was important to share with us. So now we know. And next time, it's Genesis 7. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you next time around. Take it easy. Don't read too much without me. See you later.